Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss about history of FTX. FTX was founded in May 2019 by Sam Bankman-Fried and CEO Gary Wang. In 2017, Bankman-Fried, Caroline Ellison, and other former Jane Street employees founded Alameda Research, a trading firm in Berkeley, California. The term FTX stands for Futures Exchange. Changpeng Zhao of Binance paid approximately $100 million for a 20% stake in FTX 6 months after Bankman-Fried and Wang founded the company. FTX paid $150 million for Blockfolio, a cryptocurrency portfolio tracking app, in August 2020. In July 2021, the venture raised $900 million from over 60 investors, including SoftBank, Sequoia Capital, and others, at an $18 billion valuation. Zhao's stake was purchased by Bankman-Fried for approximately $2 billion. FTX relocated its headquarters from Hong Kong to the Bahamas in September of that year. FTX announced a $2 billion venture fund called FTX Ventures on January 14, 2022, raising $400 million in Series C funding at a $32 billion valuation that month. The FTX Ventures website was decommissioned in November 2022. FTX US announced on February 11, 2022, that the company would soon begin offering stock trading to its US customers. It was reported in February 2022 that FTX was forming a gaming division to assist developers in incorporating cryptocurrency, NFTs, and other blockchain-related assets into video games. In July 2022, FTX agreed to purchase BlockFi for approximately $240 million. BlockFi received a $400 million credit facility as part of the agreement. Following FTX President Brett Harrison's tweet implying otherwise, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, issued a cease and desist order to FTX in August 2022 for making false and misleading representations about deposits being covered by FDIC insurance. Following the regulatory action, Harrison deleted the tweet, and Bankman-Fried clarified that FTX deposits are not FDIC insured. FTX US won an auction for the digital assets of bankrupt crypto brokerage Voyager Digital on September 26, 2022. The transaction was worth approximately $1.42 billion, which included $1.31 billion in Voyager-held cryptocurrency and an additional $111 million in consideration. The agreement was contingent on approval by bankruptcy courts and Voyager's creditors. On September 27, 2022, FTX US President Brett Harrison announced that he would step down from an active role at the exchange, but would continue to serve as an advisor. The company did not immediately name a replacement for Harrison, who had been president of FTX US since May 2021. It was reported in October 2022 that FTX was being investigated in Texas for allegedly selling unregistered securities. Bloomberg reported on the close relationship between Alameda Research and FTX in September 2022. According to Bloomberg, Alameda was a market maker for FTX early in its history, and the trading firm was the largest known depositor of stable coins on FTX in June and July 2022. Bloomberg also stated that the relationship between the two firms would have been prohibited if the regulatory oversight that applies to companies operating in traditional equities markets had been applicable. Alameda's trading on FTX meant that the trading firm could profit financially when others lost money on the exchange. Bankman-Fried defended Alameda's use of FTX as a liquidity provider at times. Alameda had a secret exemption from FTX's auto-liquidation protocol, according to John J. Ray IEI. Later, Ray, the new CEO of FTX, described the existence of such an undisclosed beneficial relationship as a complete failure of corporate controls and indicated gross mismanagement. Alameda Research amassed crypto tokens between early 2021 and March 2022, prior to FTX announcing its decision to list them for trading. CoinDesk reported on November 2, 2022, that a significant portion of Alameda Research's assets were held in FTT, the exchange token issued by FTX. It stated that FTT tokens were worth $5.1 billion and that Alameda's balance sheet contained $3.66 billion in unlocked FTT, $2.16 billion in FTT collateral, and $292 million in locked FTT. In the weeks leading up to the publication of the CoinDesk story, anonymous sources cited by Bloomberg described Bankman-Fried as desperately attempting to raise funds for FTX. Furthermore, in the months preceding the CoinDesk article, Bankman-Fried had been publicly dueling with Changpeng Zhao on Twitter, in part due to disagreements stemming from their opposing views on cryptocurrency regulation. On November 6, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao stated on Twitter that his company intended to sell all of its FTT holdings. Binance received FTT from FTX in 2021 as part of a deal in which FTX had purchased Binance's equity stake in FTX. Zhao stated that the motivation for selling FTT was recent revelations that came to light. Given the token's low trading volume, any sale by Binance would likely have an outsized impact on its price, according to Bloomberg and TechCrunch. The announcement of the pending sale by Zhao, as well as disagreements between Zhao and Bankman-Fried on Twitter, caused a drop in the price of FTT and other cryptocurrencies, resulting in a 3-day depositor sell-off, akin to a bank run, of an estimated $6 billion, sending FTX into crisis. On November 9, FTX's website stated that it was not currently processing withdrawals. Bankman-Fried stated that, despite the firm's assets being worth more than its clients' deposits, it would require funds from outside sources to meet withdrawal demand due to a lack of liquidity. Axios reported on November 10th, citing anonymous sources, that FTX approached Kraken about a possible rescue deal. On November 10, Bankman-Fried made several statements, accepting responsibility for FTX's failure and indicating that FTX was still looking for capital to stay afloat. Alameda Research would also cease trading and operations, according to Bankman-Fried. By the 10th of November, the majority of FTX's in-house legal and compliance teams had resigned.